Thank you, Speaker. I wish to ask the Minister concerning the issue of delocalization, which were discussed and done both in this House and outside, and found to have been an illegality. And it was reversed. But the teachers, Mr. Speaker, who was sent on that delocalization process, when they came back to their original areas, they were denied to go back to their schools. I wish the Minister to tell this House what exactly the ministry is doing over that issue. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Kitui South.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you, Cabinet Secretary. I would like to ask the Cabinet Secretary whether he is aware that many junior secondary schools in Kitui were rejected by the Ministry of Education, and what action can he take to ensure that children who are walking for many kilometers to and from school can be assisted. Can the Cabinet Secretary order that these junior secondary schools are accepted so that the distances to schools can be shortened? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Didimas Barasa.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to ask the Minister to confirm whether it's legal or illegal for a principal of a day secondary school to turn away children in the pretext that they have not paid lunch fees. And if it is illegal, what action will the Minister take against principals who will continue to lock out children from sitting from the exams and learning because of a failure to pay lunch fees, yet the government has paid their tuition fees in totality? I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Member for Ganze. Member for Ganze. Give the mic to the member for Ganze. Honorable Kazungu. Is it Kazungu? Where is the member? There you are. Give him the mic. Member for Ganze.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and also thank you, the Minister, for coming here to answer our questions. I have an issue, and it's about the school feeding programs. Mr. Speaker, I come from Ganze, where the poverty levels are very high. And one of the factors that contributed to high school enrollment was the availability of school feeding programs in all primary schools. Mr. Speaker, this was a very good program, but at some point it was discontinued. And as a result, many students have dropped out of school to go and do manual jobs to fend for themselves and their families. So my question to the CS is, why was this school feeding program stopped? And if there are any plans by the government to revive it? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Malulu Injendi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is this. When it comes to private business in schools, I don't know if the CS is aware that schools are also involved in private business in selling uniforms, where parents are asked to pay money through some pay bill number, and they charge very high amounts for uniform, socks, shoes, utensils, rim papers, etc., etc. My second question.
Only one, Malulu.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Kisi, Women Rep Kisi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. When it was well known that the JSS teachers are not enough in schools, you found out that the JSS pupils were being sent to the river to collect water. This has proved to us that there are some school-going children who carry jerrycans from home to school to collect water. What is the CS doing to curb this menace of pupils in our country collecting water. Also, we've not seen sanitary pads being distributed in our schools. He should answer on sanitary pads and going to the river. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Rahab Mukami.
Thank you, Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to ask the Cabinet Secretary regarding the sanitary pads. I am the Chair 47, and we went to see the HE, and he gave an order that the sanitary pads should be channeled through the women reps. Our CS kindly let me know the progress, because the schools are opening on 9th, and we have not seen the sanitary pads in our schools. Thank you.
Minister, answer those. Honorable members, the next 3 questions are on education, and I can see we're asking questions about our constituencies and issues education generally. Let him answer those 3 supplementaries or 4. I'll allow the next 2 questions, then I'll allow you to ask the questions that you have. So just hold your horses. I said hold your horses and you lift your hand, Mama. What's the problem? Honorable Member
Thank you.
Mombasa, I'll give you a chance. Just hold your horses.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The first question concerns delocalization